Okay, man. LTBR daily on a Monday morning, 9/13/2021. The chat is saying here, salutes to Jeremy Perkins, says, Yoshi, see the boss, Prestavia, all caught bodies. The common thing from all of those bodies, Jeremiah, is that all those opponents choked, which kind of goes into this theory I had. I think I talked to Bum Nitty about this, a couple other people. I feel like getting bodied also kind of requires your opponent to not do good. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not many bodies in battle rap where the person had a good performance and the other person was just that much greater in body them. Like, there's a few, but not many. You know what I'm saying? More times than not, the opponent is lackluster or bad or chokes, and the other person is dominant, good, and entertaining, which kind of adds on to it being a body. So I don't know. That's always why, like, when people say, "Oh, it's a default win," I'm like, no, it's not. Like, part of somebody getting bodied is somebody also doing bad. You know what I'm saying? So Mink the Goat says, "Did we already talk about Yoshi going crazy?" Oh, we're gonna talk about it, man. We is gonna talk about it. Greedy says, "If the opponent shows up, it's always closer on cam." Facts that. Expose them, Ledge. Salutes to Ledge, man. My man Don Marino, Chico, what up, though? Good morning to Don Marino. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Appreciate that. All right, man. You know what? Let's head into it, right? Let's talk about Yoshi and Caution. It's not, in my opinion, it's not the biggest takeaway of the weekend. You could probably start with 40 bars. You could probably start with the overall event. A whole bunch of stuff happened, but I want to start there because of two things. One, we in battle rap don't give experience enough credit. And I say that because this would have been Yoshi's third time in a caffeine setting. Against Torido, she was pretty fantastic. Against Drugs, she lost. She lost clearly. Some say she even got smoked, but I would say her third round at the very least was a good round. Better round than I've seen from a lot of other people, right? This is Caution's caffeine debut. But not only was it her caffeine debut, it was her sixth battle in 3 weeks. Granted, the Gates of the Garden battle was a one-rounder, so 7 rounds, 6 weeks. Still really complicated because there's 3 processes of memorization that goes into it, 3 different writing process that goes into your opponents. And I really think that has some factor into it. And so I did some numbers. There's been 118 MCs that have touched caffeine. 37 of them have choked. It's about 30% of the entire caffeine roster. But now I digged a little deeper into the numbers. 17 out of the 37 MCs that choked on caffeine battled within 1 to 2 weeks prior to their caffeine battle. That's almost 50%. If 17 out of 37 MCs choked on caffeine because they battled 1 to 2 weeks prior than their caffeine battle, maybe that shows that once you have that caffeine opportunity, overbooking yourself is extremely risky. It's extremely volatile. This is a trend. This isn't even something that you can just say, oh, it's an outlier, this and that. Like, no, it happens consistently. And I don't know who's to, like, I don't want to say blame because blame is really harsh, but who takes the responsibility for this? Because obviously Caution is on his run. She's working. She's had 9 battles in 6 months, which averages out to 1 battle every 20 days when you do the calendar average on it. That's kind of insane. So does she slow down? But then you look at URL and Queen of the Ring and say, wait, why should we shouldn't give her Coffee and Yoshi 2 weeks apart. We're not setting her up for success with that. And I think a lot of things go into that because there's a lack of decision making that's critical for the brand. There's an excessive amount of volume over the last 2 years of battle rap that battle rappers don't really say no to opportunities, and they'll just take the consequences of the volume. And, you know, Caution says, you know, it's never happens to me. I never blank out like that before. And I will say in her first round, when she's getting to the jet scheme, she seemed confident. She didn't seem like she didn't know her material. She seemed like she knew what she was doing up there. And when she said definite air, like you can see the blank happen because she said definite air with so much conviction. So there was confidence. She probably did blank out, but caution, out of these 9 or 10 battles in these 6 months now with the Yoshi battle, that battle's not clean. The Miss Miami battle's not clean. You know, the Robin Rhymes battle, you were winning it already, but you ended it you abruptly ended that thing too. So, like, there is a little bit of a track record of some of your performances not all being clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this is a stigma, but this is also indication that, you know, sometimes you have to work a little smarter, not harder. And Lady Caution's a fan of the show. We're all big friends of and love Lady Caution here. So I'm not critical of so much of the shortcomings, but I just want to put into perspective on paper the volume that she's taking on, because it clearly has some effect on these key performances. You know what I'm saying? Don Moreno says the issue might be battlers is getting booked with 2 or 3 weeks notice. And you know what, Don, I've seen a lot of battle rappers say they'll get offers within 21 days. And, you know, without saying any names, I've told battle rappers, like, you don't have to accept this. Like, it's okay to say no. I get it. You might not want to say no to the bag, might not want to say no to the opportunity. You don't know when it's going to come around again. But I really feel like if you guys not stand up for yourself, but if you guys, like, put your foot down and say, I can't battle within this time span, maybe the leagues will say, all right, we'll plan around. We'll plan better for you. We'll plan more accordingly for your style, for your preparation time. If you don't respect your preparation time, nobody else will. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know, she's a warrior. 6 battles, 3 weeks. In the middle of all that, lost her father. I don't want that to get lost. You know, I want there to still be a great deal of respect for her. This is definitely one of those situations where you're just hurt and heartbroken. Like when Danny choked on Gnome, like, some people were laughing at it, right? But more than everybody was heartbroken. With Caution's debut on Caffeine, everybody was very heartbroken. They expected a lot more. But I also think there was a lot of undermining of Yoshi, because clearly Yoshi is experienced, is strategic. I think if she doesn't go to the face-off, the battle doesn't come out the same way. Like, she was very well calculated. And damn, goddamn update guy made me lose my train of thought, man. He's so hilarious. Let's read the chat. Is there something wrong with saying no in general? J Sketch, man, I think a lot of battle rappers, I don't know if Don Moreno's still in here. Yeah, he's still here. Don, maybe you could attest to this. And Henny Man, too, you know, you could attest to this as well. Maybe sometimes opportunities come knocking at your door, and you're not so sure if there will be a future one presented. So you don't want to say no. And sometimes you want to say yes because maybe they're needed and you feel like there'll be another opportunity down the line because you say yes. And, you know, I get it, man. I get it. I really do. And plus, the caffeine bag is nice. All right? We get a caffeine bag. The caffeine bag is nice. Some of these people are getting paid 2-3 times their regular price they will get anywhere else. That's hard to decline. I get it. And more importantly, all these battle rappers, majority of these battle rappers are parents, have responsibilities, have children to feed. I don't have any children. I can't tell somebody what to do with their decision with their brand or their talents to earn revenue. Like, I'm not saying stop what you're doing. I'm just saying look at what you're doing and think of if there's a more strategic way to do this. Don Marino says, I got rum on 2 weeks' notice and I should have waited. But the money, whenever I get a chance, again, it kicked in. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's been fans of battle rap over the last 10 years, you can remember a time when battle rap was not this accelerated. And we're going to have to really do a think piece, myself and the coin flip, maybe Titus too, and definitely Tim. We're going to get together and really track the volume of battles over the last, 5 years because, I mean, URL averaged 12 events a year before the app. Now they're averaging 37. I'm very happy there's a revenue pool and an economy for their artists, but keep people in rotation or spread it out. You know what I mean? I think of another person. Vixen's a good example, right? I'm not saying Vixen's wearing down or getting oversaturated, but Vixen's been on every single Queen of the Ring card on Caffeine to date. which is an accolade, yes, but also at the same time, like I feel like people aren't feeling the same gravity of her performances because of it. Like this is a lyrical combat sport, which is something you're not supposed to be entrenched in all the time. There's very few people that can do this at a high volume consistently and competitively, and even those people wear down or still feel some pain of oversaturation, fatigue. Nobody's excused. And it's not an excuse, B-More. It's not an excuse. This is just, we have to really sit back and analyze what's going on. I had DNA beating Vixen. That's me, though. I do think Vixen's appearances are well spread out, though, so maybe it doesn't affect her as much, but I still think just that constantly seeing somebody. Like when Rum Nitty took a break, it was for 2 months. 8 weeks, and probably not even 8 weeks because then he had a battle booked in between it, so maybe like 6 weeks, 5 at most, and that's supposed to be a break. When did 2 months become a break in battle rap? Like, I remember breaks being longer than 2 months. I don't remember 2 months off being such a drastic thing. A-Ward battled Luke Castro last night, and that's gonna be a 16th battle in 9 months. Like, can I get a holy shit? Salute to Lady Caution, though. We'll see her bounce back soon. She has Jade in October coming up. I'm sure she has more opportunities. Will we see her back on Caffeine? Probably. I hope so. All right, man. Let's talk a little bit about 40 Bars and Casey, man. 40 Bars, another one. Very, 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 very special performance. 40's career accolade sheet is just jumps off the screen. Like, this isn't something you compare with any other woman. Like, at this point, you're comparing 40 Bars in the conversation of like Disaster, Hitman, Arsenal, more people that are like very well accomplished in their career. Obviously less volume, obviously less views, but just like all 4 of those names have top 5 highest view battles on different leagues. All 4 of those names have the most platinum battles to their respective leagues, right? It's so many things you could go down the line. 40 Bars has headlined over 10 Queen of the Ring events. She's headlined every No Hold Bar series. She's headlined every single Caffeine appearance. You know what I'm saying? Like, like what do you want me to tell you? Since the Queen of the Ring URL merger in the top of 2020, she's headlined every event, period, even royalty before Caffeine came in the picture. Like, 40 Bars' longevity of her career is outstanding, and because battle rap is a mental sport, not a physical sport, you have the opportunity to get better over time. Some people that are real lyrical, have heavy pens, probably get fatigued because they either battle too much, they're not motivated. 40 is somebody's like, I can be good. Just give me the time that I need to be good. If she's well rested, like, she's dangerous. She's very dangerous. She's very layered, and you if you don't win in the building off energy, you might not win on the playback. You know what I mean? No more 2-day events. Please show everything on Saturday, says 4-time. Sunday football days. Hey, listen, man. Let me say this about the Sunday battle rap thing real quick. I have been saying this for a very long time, since Initiation 2018, when that shit was on a Sunday, and the Survivor Series Day 2 were on Sundays. Like, I've never felt like Sunday was a battle rap day. That's just me. Like, I never fully get into my battle rap mode or bag or energy on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So, King of the Dot's been doing these events battles for the last 10 weeks on a Sunday. Don't act brand new. They've been doing shit on Sunday since last year. You know what I'm saying? So don't be like, oh, you can't be doing this on the Sunday. Y'all knew what y'all was getting yourselves into. Y'all knew. And as far as the Reloaded thing, I kind of don't like it neither, because sometimes you'll get individuals that deserve that day one traffic, that day one shine. However, a Caffeine premiered battle is still a lot more eyeballs than a lot of other people can offer. And I think they really wanted to test the gravity of Prestavia to see how many people would tune in just to watch her on a Sunday. She did very good ratings, so I'm going to say. Can't disclose anything. She did very, very, very good ratings. All right. Mink says King of that better move it to Friday. I don't know, man. Look, you watch it when you watch it. That's what's gonna happen. You watch it in between the 3:30 to 4 o'clock window of games, the 3:30 to 4:25 window. You watch that. You know what I'm saying? We knew this was coming. Nah, you know what I'm saying? We knew this was coming. They had about 800 to 1,000 concurrent viewers on the Twitch stream, which is a little bit lower than what they're used to, but the NFL is on. So, like, and plus, King of That has a nice international fan base, a nice UK fan base that probably doesn't watch American football. I had the red zone on, and I had the battles in the background. That's what I was doing. All right. So, back to 40 bars and Casey, though. I got sidetracked off the Sunday comment. Casey, though. Most appearances on caffeine by any lady. 6 appearances against Swamp, against Bonnie Godiva. 3 tournament rounds, obviously, against Torque, Prep, and Geechee. And now this headliner against 40 bars. And I got to be honest, man. It's a pretty solid resume. Like, she lost to Geechee. You probably have her losing to 40. But you probably can't say she lost the other 4 battles, right? You can't say she lost to Swamp. You can't say she lost to Geechee or Prep. You can't say Bonnie beat her. Whether you want to say they were lackluster or not, like, you know, on context, like, that's for you to decide. All I'm saying is, at worst, this 6-battle run was a 4-2. I think that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So, the names look pretty good, too. I think 5 to 10 years from now, when a battle rap fan sees Casey J's caffeine resume and probably didn't watch Ultimate Madness or is a brand new fan and just sees her resume, like, oh, Casey J has a pretty good resume for caffeine. And I think she does. You know what I'm saying? I think it's about time that she gets the respect that she deserves. She lost to 40, in my opinion. She lost to a very special 40. But I do think her performance is one that you can't slander, one that you can't criticize, one that you can downplay. Like, that was a good Casey J. Or at least that was the Casey J that could have showed up for 40 bars at its best potential. You know what I'm saying? And I know we get through these weird gray blurred lines in battle rap between wins, losses, good performances, bad performances. You got to pick and choose. Right? Because if you're going to say she definitely lost, then you got to give her credit for definitely winning the other battles and can't say, oh, but she was bad. Don't pick and choose, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay consistent. And for me, like, shout out to Lil Reggie. I was just about to say what Lil Reggie's about to say. You know, material don't matter if we're giving participation points right now. But material probably is, in performance, is probably what matters the most over winning and losing. But don't say she was good against 40 but lost, and then say she beat these guys but she wasn't good. Like, then you're just like not giving her credit on any spectrum. You're not giving her credit for winning. You're not giving her credit for looking good and losing. Like, there has to be one give or take of the other. You know what I'm saying? And you say Marquis said she was decent against 40. I don't know. In my opinion, I think that's the best performance out of all the other 6. The only one that comes close to is the Swamp battle, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And Swamp and 40 not in the same ballpark, so I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna say the 40 battle's better still. You know what I'm saying? So, look, yeah. What do y'all want from her? Y'all want good performances or y'all want wins? Because if y'all want good performances, you got that. All right. No one's saying she won this battle. We got that out. We got that very clear. All right. But the stigma on Casey wasn't winning. It was performing good, or performing at a level that people would be satisfied with, I should say, right? Because I thought she did all right in these battles. Like, that's my opinion. But, and by the way, shout out to Greedy Guy. That's a great comment. Losing to 40 in rare form isn't a bad thing. Casey was fire. What was the air conditioned bar that 40 said? AC. And if you peep, she said AC and started like to do the little shivers, right? And she said, I'm just making sure my air condition. Anybody got the verbatim for it, please? Anybody got the full line? Like, because shout outs to Titus update guy, he had a really interesting breakdown. He said, "Yo, that bar is so fire because not only is he talking about her that way, and it's a crazy double entendre, but she's also giving her props because she's calling her heir. Like it's almost like a little bit not a passing the torch, but like putting a crown on a Casey's head. Like, yo, you've arrived, you're here. You know what I'm saying? So I really think it was a great battle from both sides. It's a really dope meaning too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and one thing about having good performances from legends or all-time greats, it's good for both sides. 40 has another career performance in her long career where it's like, yo, this woman's been battling since grind time, and in 2021, almost 13, 14 years later, she is still giving me performances that I can say is one of the best 40s I've seen. That's incredible. And then for Casey J, she stood in front of a 40 like this, so down the line for her career, she'll remember this. Like, these are good timestamps for both parties involved. Greedy says, keep it cool. Fans blow in your position. Hottest in the game. I'm just trying to keep my air conditioned. Yeah, it was a wrap after that, bro. I got to be honest with you. Even Casey laughed at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Casey was like, wow. But Casey laughed because, like, you know, not only was the bar so crazy she had to give it up, she knew that 40 was, like, complimenting her at the same time. Like, there's a level of respect that goes into getting in the ring with somebody that we kind of don't see because we're not the ones going to war with these guys, with these ladies or these guys, your opponents. But there's a level of respect and admiration between opponents that I really enjoy seeing. M versus 4 says 40 versus Lux is the narrative I'm going to push. Hey, man, go ahead, man. Actually, I have a quote from 40 Bars. Quote. Wait, let me get it right. This isn't the exact quote. Or whatever. I'm going to get it wrong. I'm going to just paraphrase. She basically said that she's at the ceiling and there's nobody else at this point that will move her career as far as opponents unless she battles Loaded Lux. So it's funny that you say that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that does start for a handful of reasons. For the pen, because Lux never battled a woman. 40 needs another great, like, on her resume like that. There's a lot of different things you could point to. I don't know what I want to see 40 Bars do next, but like she said, like, she's solidified. She's not chasing any battles. There's not a single battle that will change anything for her at this point. Yoshi's available. Jazz wants a rematch. I don't know. I would like to see her just keep her performances spaced out, because when she has good prep time, you're gonna get a good 40. Greedy says Yoshi versus 40 actually makes sense. I don't hate the 40 versus Jazz 2.5. Yeah, I'm low key not mad at it either. Like, I will definitely watch it. You know what I'm saying? Dale Simmons says 40 hasn't battled Misfit. They have a really good relationship. I don't think they would battle, but of course the price is always right, I'm sure. 1/3 of Jazz's battles is gonna be on 40's resume. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh my god, that's so funny. No female rematches, says Hardcore Flavor. I'm not gonna lie, man. I can see a world, like, let's say a year or two from now, and their battle would have been a decade ago, and they both have momentum and they both have good performances. Like, yeah, I'm sure there can be a world for them to collide again, and people will watch. What are you gonna do? Not watch it? You're gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? 40 would kill fit, says CFWB. 40 versus Vixen would be fire. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know. I'm gonna hold off on that one. 40 versus Ill Will. 40 versus Jazz or Hustle rematch. Nah, we don't need to see that Hustle battle again. That's a closed chapter. 40 versus Flames. I'm not mad at that. That's a good one. Only Queens for 40. Yoshi, Prestavia, Vixen. The Prestavia thing, man, I don't feel like we got a chance to talk too much about it because I'll let you guys speak on it. But Prestavia's performance on the Reloaded battle, for somebody that only has 6 battles under her catalog, less than 10 performances online, I don't want to say polished, but I want to say she's pretty good. She has a ton of potential, And I gotta come clean with you, man. I think she has a lot of pros and cons to her style. First and foremost, the violent Christian era is here, right? Elijah Strait and Prestavia came in and said, Loso Ward, Saga, I appreciate all that, but we coming in with some violence. We tired of the way we've been treated over the last hundreds of years. And they come for theirs in blood. But I think Prestavia has a lot of editing to do in her writing process, a lot of long build-up still. I don't want to say unnecessary words, but a lot of extra words that kind of drag off for a setup or like make me lose the placement of the rhyme. Some of them build up to no reward. You know what I'm saying? I think we still need to be fair about her performance. And everybody say, oh, she's a problem, she's this and that. But she also battled somebody that didn't even put up a fight. You know what I'm saying? So when people win in that fashion, I'm always alarmed because I want to see what you look like when somebody puts pressure on you to rap again. Leyland says she needs to definitely work on her pacing. She simplified her material for the Diesel battle. Giving her Diesel was disrespectful. Nah, I don't think it was disrespectful, but I think it's like, all right, hold on. We need to find out how good you are. Like, you know, there's certain like checkpoints. I think when leagues book battle rappers against like a battler that's probably not on their same level of skill, but you're supposed to show the separation. Like, let's go back to Real Sick and B Magic. Imagine if B Magic had kept up with Real Sick and had it been debatable. It would have been like, hold on, Real Sick can't clear B Magic in 2020, 2021? Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to show that you can separate yourselves from certain names and certain talent levels. And I think she did that. She definitely did that. She washed Caution. I don't know if she washed Caution. It was a one-rounder. Wash is a strong word for a one-rounder. I'm not going to say all that. Dale Simmons says, the gas were very noticeable, but she's still fired for only 6 battles in. Yeah. I mean, I think she has more hype than her skill set indicates, but I think it's because people see a lot of potential. But let me just say this. When there's potential in somebody and y'all like them, it doesn't take much for them to go a little bit to the left and then everybody stops liking them. We've seen this happen all the time. You know what I mean? So, salute to Prestavia. I think there's a lot of things she could get better at still. And I'm looking forward to seeing her again in the ring for sure. Greedy Gotti says, talk about how they slept on See the Boss. Yo, one thing about that See the Boss battle, like, it was like after Next and Real Name Brandon, which we're going to talk about after this as well. And that battle had a weird energy. And then See the Boss and Farrah kind of just carried that same weird energy. And that room was like, I don't want to say predominantly fans of Farrah, but they definitely like lowered the goalposts for her because like she is fumbling and stumbling, and when she was able to get through a good line, they gave her more reactions than they would for C. And C's over here rapping her ass off, and she's flowing, and she's doing everything that you want in a battle. Like, C was really good. Mike P said, and quote, I got the quote here. Mike P said, See the Boss has one of the best flows in battle rap, and I'm not a prisoner of the moment. Now, while I'm not going to agree with that, I will say she does have a very outstanding like ability to just get her words across from you. It's smooth. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't get any reactions. She got some, but like not warranted for the level of performance she put on there. She should have got way more. Farrah Funeral, this is nothing new. She's been choppy for years. She hasn't had a clean performance in a long time. You can probably even, if we really get technical, like maybe all her last couple battles have had some issues with it. Farrah and Shuni's like this too. Like, you know, there's a lot of the older ladies from Queen of the Ring that just can't put on a good performance or a clean performance for 3 rounds. And I think it's because like once you see the peak of certain levels in battle rap, like you just don't tap into that hunger no more. You know what I mean? Like, and especially once you become solidified in battle rap in certain areas, like it's so hard for somebody to cement themselves in that list. So much gatekeeping happens, and you're in it forever that like you just don't tap back into that hunger. Let's read the chat. Farrah needed Shooty to be up there with her. C was alright with Funeral's performance. Bright. Black Trick says, if that was 40 choking like Farrah did, everyone would be on her back. Yeah, but 40 also has some performances where she's done this. Like 40 is not. She's not like she has a history of this too. Like you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to give 40 the prep time she needs so she can be fully clean. Farah got the Charlie Clips glow. France, I can't let you slide not knowing that Prestavia had 3 rounds versus Caution. I don't remember that battle being 3 rounds. Damn, I forgot that. Hey, it happens, man. You know what I'm saying? You win. You win, Diz. You win. I watch a lot of fucking battles. I might have forgot. I apologize, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe because I'm just so prone to Gates battles always being 1 round. And I'm just like programmed to think everything's 1 round there. I apologize to the ladies, man. Salute to them for that. But yeah, Farrah has been like this for a long time. So there's nothing else to say. In fact, motherfucking Yoshi G called out Farrah after her performance. And I gotta say, those are problems Farrah doesn't want right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are problems Farrah does not want right now. Stay very far away. You know what I mean? But who knows? That could be a good battle. There's always been comparisons between the two of them. Maybe that'll be the one to spark Farrah Funeral's hunger again. I don't know. But she definitely she had a novice level performance in that caffeine room. You know what I mean? So Britt says Farrah had decent material, just choppy. Yeah, that's the story of her life, man. It's the story of her life. We gotta get RX on caffeine. Yeah, I'd like to see RX hit the caffeine stage for sure. Ooh. Sorry, y'all. Let me get back to this. Had a phone call. France got info wrong on the battle. Yeah, Apocalypse is coming. Hey, man, it happens, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, every once in a while, man, shit goes through my head. It happens, man. I forget some things. I gotta do better, though. I gotta do better, man. I can't be an oracle making any mistakes. We ain't talk about Next and Real Name Brandon. Next versus Real Name Brandon. They had 5 weeks off, and they gave us a performance that I would say neither of them will be satisfied with. Right? Is that the most political correct way I could critique that battle? I just want to be sure. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I'll throw it to you guys, in fact. The chat, what you guys think of Next and Real Name Brandon. Brandon gonna need more for MVP, says Britt. G4 says that battle was weak. Tata says, I lost it. I'm sorry, Tata. Real Name was fire, says B More. R&B 130. Real Name's style's gonna get old fast, says Rizzy. I protected my piece and cut the battle off. Tata says it was underwhelming. Britt says it was underwhelming. 4 times says it was Holmesy versus Bill West Coast edition. Yikes. Lil Reggie says to have all that extra time was hella disappointing. I don't know if Brandon held back, but it seemed like he was a big brother. I mean, that he is, right? No gas in that room. Next looked like he needs to be in the crucible. Oh, man. You guys couldn't wait for Next to look bad, huh? I know some of y'all couldn't wait for Next to look bad. Tragic, man. Tragic behavior. He been looking bad, says Lil Reggie. Nah, that's not true, man. That's not true. I'm not going to let this happen. All right, look. Real Name Brandon hasn't rapped in 7 weeks. Obviously, he had the bye week with Piranha. He had the option to have a bye week with Next, and the battle was postponed for an extra 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks? I can't remember the time span. But in total, he had 7 weeks. Next had 5. And sometimes extra time doesn't always necessarily mean better performance. Now, like, that's what we would assume that, right? We would definitely assume that. And we would definitely assume that because you're in a tournament-style gauntlet with 2 weeks, that, like, all right, well, more time means better preparation. But, you know, like, truth of the matter is, like, it doesn't always work that way. I do think Real Name Brandon's first round was really good, though. You know what I'm saying? About what you know about hitting the lick with your homies, but you the fat guy. You got to be the driver. Like he had all this bass. He had his delivery. He had some strong content in his first round, and I think that was his best round. But after that, it was kind of downhill. And the one thing about Real Name Brandon that concerns me a bit is that he peaks in his battles very early, or he only has one really strong round. Like the other two rounds don't ever match the same intensity as the round he has the highest moments in. You know what I mean? And I love the slogan. The slogan works. It catches on. People say it with him. Having a slogan is really crucial, especially battling on a big stage. But he's gonna need to have 3 rounds of whenever he taps into one of those good rounds, he needs to have more of those. Because even against Swervo, I say this all the time, and it might come off disrespectful, but it's just how I really feel. Swervo only rapped 1 minute and 50 seconds. If Swervo raps another 30 seconds in the first round, Real Name Brandon's probably not here. You know what I'm saying? And Real Name's second round against Swervo was amazing. His first round against Next was amazing. But out of 6 rounds, 2 rounds being really fire, the other ones being, pedestrian to solid. It's not a good ratio, and it's not a good ratio. Especially not when MVP has been bombing the last 6 rounds. Like his first 3 rounds against Truth Watson, we'll call it what it is. It wasn't that good. We didn't like the battle. I didn't like the battle. I didn't like the material. And he had a whole 180 against Kid Slade and Truffaut. And now you're giving him all this time off. And I know everybody's saying, oh, he doesn't know who to write for, this and that. But he was crafting something in that time off. He's not just sitting there waiting till September 11th to start writing. Ideas are coming in, concepts are coming in, performance bars are coming, general bars are coming. And if not, he was wasting his time. He could have used those 3 weeks to his advantage. You know what I'm saying? When you're on the stage, you think filler matters. As long as you're performing it and it's hitting, you can get away with filler on the stage. We know this. So why wouldn't MVP write some indirect or general bars? And if we're being honest, I think some of Real Name Brandon's bars aren't all the way tailored. Some of his bars are applicable to whoever's in front of him. The clothing scheme he had against Swervo, the Fashion Nova, fire. But that had nothing to do with Swervo. You know what I'm saying? No one's saying he'd won or lost, B-More. I'm just saying, sometimes you don't always have to be direct. Sometimes you can get away with being indirect. Sometimes you can get away. This is what will be considered filler for some people, right? When the bar is applicable to anybody, you can get away with that sometimes. That's fine. Just have to know when and where to pick and choose to do so. Next, we'll have to be on Kings vs. Queens 3 to get the numbers back like Loso did. MVPs are making his presence known, says J Sketch. CJ says UM4 overall was disappointing compared to the UM1 class. Yeah, it's a little unfair to say though. You can't take it and compare it to somebody else say it was disappointing. Just take it for face value for what it was. And if you ask me, Elijah's fire, Kid Slade's fire, Sheet is fire, Truffaut. If you weren't a fan of him prior, you could at least respect him from what he did for this run. Clearly he elevated to levels that nobody was expecting. J2 is dope. Obviously MVP is dope. Real Name Brandon and Next is dope. There's a lot of dope guys. So, UM1 came in way more seasoned. These guys are coming in from the Crucible. That's unfair to say. UM4 was still very good. It just had a lot of hiccups. We lost Piranha in the middle of the tournament. Obviously, the battle was canceled between Next and Brandon the first time. There's a 4-week gap between the finals and the semifinals. A lot of little factors played into this tournament that wasn't in the other ones. So, technical difficulty, says Britt. That's correct. This class has a lot of personality. This class got a ton of personality. Swervo's fire. I think Swervo's still very raw talent. And he has a lot of things to improve on, but I think he's dope. I don't know if Stumbles is a good battle rapper, but I'm very entertained when Stumbles talks. My life is not yours, all right? I'm a fan of Stumbles, the character, more than Stumbles, the battler, but Stumbles is a funny guy. Oh, I didn't even mention Bose. Bose is solid, man. Bose is good. Yeah, man, UM4 had a lot of good talent, man. I don't think it was disappointing at all. Slade is the truth, says Hardcore Flavor. Kid Slade is very good. Tata says, I want a My Life Not Yours t-shirt. Facts. My stream not yours, man. I've been telling all my friends my life not yours. Whenever I give my friends advice now, at the end of it I say my life not yours. Because like you take whatever I tell you and you do whatever you want with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's up to you. Alright. There was momentum. The momentum was not there with multiple delays. Yeah, that happens, man. You know what I'm saying? Momentum gets lost sometimes. I might make that an album name. Says, what's up, cuz? Nah, that's hilarious. You tripping, man. You funny. Alright, man. I think that's pretty much wraps up the weekend. It's going to be a lot of interesting reports coming out from all the interviews all over. Summer Madness is in 2 weeks. That should be fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to see what Queen of the Ring does for the remainder of the year. See if they do any more events. Kings and Queens 3, maybe next year. Maybe at the end of this year. Who knows? One last question I wanted to ask you guys. I want to talk about Vixen a little bit before I close things out. I'm glad Riot actually brought that up. I'm actually going to talk about Vixen's caffeine run. So first and foremost, with Vixen and C3, I thought C3 won the battle convincingly. C3 is just more versatile, and C3 showed, I don't want to say how one-dimensional Vixen can be, but she showed she doesn't have enough tools in her utility belt like C3 does. You know what I mean? So like, Hardcore says that battle was debatable. What did you guys think of Vixen in C3? I got C3 now. Says CF. C3's a Goonie, so that short notice favor her. Says Greedy. C3 smoked her. Says the update guy. CJ says C3 2-1 clear. C3 1 clear to me. Britt says Vixen wasn't attacking like usual. Tata says Valid Night. It's very debatable, but C3 2-1. Look, some of you guys are saying very debatable, and I haven't seen a single Vixen winner yet. I'm just keeping it a buck. Everybody I've talked to, that's in media, in battlers, like I haven't seen a single person say Vixen, respectfully, except Hardcore Flavor. And so when Hardcore Flavor and Be More is the outliers of an opinion, you know to just go the opposite direction. Vixen has to stop chasing highlights and just battle, says the update guy. It's a good take on it. Vixen was funny, and I thought it was different for her, says Tots House. Okay, that's good. C3 Stir wasn't punch heavy, but a nice structure breakdown of Vixen. Vixen's rounds felt beatable, says J Sketch. It does feel like the aura of Vixen it's gone already. Like the DNA First Lady Flames aura is kind of gone. And the Loso battle, although like she lost to Loso, I want to keep two things in mind. Loso had one of the best rounds this year against her, and Vixen was still fire in that battle. Like if Loso comes with anything less, he loses that battle. You know what I'm saying? The Shuni battle was a win for Vixen, in my opinion. Shuni wasn't clean on her debut. And the C3 battle, I think we forget how good C3 is. C3, if you made a list of 10 of the greatest ladies of all time, C3's probably on it. No lower than 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially, and if you're just talking skill, just skill. Yeah, she's definitely one of the best 10 ladies of all time, just on a skill base. So, like, this was a very, very difficult match for Vixen. I'm looking forward to her just kind of revamping things a little bit. Dave Dollar says, C3 beat Rum to me. Might be on an island with that one, Dave, but I respect it. Britt says C3 should be in the female battle rap handbook. Yeah, definitely. She's so versatile. Funny, can rebuttal, can angle, can punch, can flow. Like there's not a checkpoint she doesn't hit. He says, "Stop it, Dave." Says goated. Hardcore says he's on the island by himself. Yo, Dave, you're on the island, bro. But it's all right. Hold down your island, man. Castaway. Hold it down. Vixen said on Twitter that she wants to battle Prestavia. You know, everybody always says things, but you know, some things matter more than others. Like I don't hold any weight to that. Vixen smart. Prestavia is that next one for real. C3 will name flip you over. Will name flip your name over 50 times. Coming off a loss, I would leave Prestavia alone. All right, guys. Everybody relax. All right. I like Prestavia as much as anybody else, but let's not do this. Let's not ruin this. All right. Let's not ruin this. All right. We've ruined other people that we were very excited about. You know what I'm saying? Relax. In my Nightwing voice. Because if y'all start this Prestavia thing and then people go left and then they start calling her a Christian plant, I'm going to blame this chat. I'm going to blame y'all. All right? But I really like Prestavia. Just want to get that out the way. I like her a lot. I just don't want the hype to succeed the skill. That's all. Vixen has been on every caffeine card, like I mentioned earlier at the top of the show, for Queen of the Ring. Kings and Queens 1, Watch the Throne 4, Kings and Queens 2, Heir to the Throne, NHB3. What do you guys think of Vixen's caffeine resume? Consists of DNA, First Lady Flames, Loso, Shooting the Rapper, and now C3. Like, if you have to give it a letter grade, right? Like a C, a B, B plus, B minus, A plus, A minus, C plus. Like, what would you grade Vixen's caffeine resume? B plus, B plus, B minus. Caffeine's resume performance C plus. Damn, B Moore's a harsh critic. Tough teacher, man. J Sketch says A minus, B plus. I say a B, right? I think a B is a solid. She lost the Flames to me. Yo, Reggie, you pick and choose win, losses, and performances a lot, bro. You gotta stay consistent. That was a battle of the year candidate, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was the top woman battle of the year. I don't care who lost that battle. They both were fire. B plus. Give her an 86. So it's like a B plus. This event shook up the Wody convo. Definitely. B. She had too many jokes for C3. Okay, so I think you guys are giving it a B for the most part from all the grades I've seen. One last resume grade. One last one before we go. KCJ. Swamp, Bonnie, Twerk, Prep, Geechee, 40. What are we grading KCJ's caffeine resume? Goda says A minus. Hardcore Flavor says B plus. Reggie says C minus. I respect that, Reggie. You're consistent there. I respect that. But that's a passing grade. I respect it. Is it? Maybe not. I don't know. Can you pass in college with C minus? I've been out of college for almost 9 years now. I don't remember. C plus. Her resume's A. A. Gotti plus 40 in the same year. That's history. 6 battles, 2 judge wins in potential classics. Not Lit versus Bonnie. Are y'all judging the resume or the results of the battles? I think that's a good question to ask up there, guy, because there's 2 different conversations there. If you're judging the resume on paper, like, you know, you can definitely make a case for Casey being a high grade, but if you're judging the performances, it's a different case, so you probably have a different grade there. I'll let you guys decide however you want. I'm not gonna make a criteria for it. I'm just asking the questions. Just want to gauge the energy. You gotta judge your performances. B says Shoal. Twerk and Geechee and 40 is enough. Man, Casey versus Vixen set it up smack. I thought it was great in resume. Yeah, I mean, go there. You can do however you want, man. It's your criteria. It's your syllabus. It's not mine. My grade's not yours, bro. Resume is a B. With the exception of Lil Reggie giving her a C minus, it looks like you guys are kind of in the B range for both of them. And I gotta be honest, man. I think it's time. I think Vixen and Casey missed a little bit of the peak of their window as far as like when the match was hot and like really like steaming with a lot of momentum. We still want the match. Maybe just a little less than we would have 4, 5, 6 months ago. But we still want the match a lot. And at this point, I'm not that confident that they're gonna trend up. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna trend in very different directions. Like one's gonna trend up, one's gonna trend down. When the other one's trending down, the other one's gonna start trending down again, and the other one's gonna trend up. Like it's gonna be so difficult. But right now, you kind of got both of them at an even playing field, at a very debatable playing field, right? Because if I were to ask you guys who has the better resume on caffeine, Casey or Vixen, I really think we'll get a split decision. I think we'll get a variety of people having different opinions. Now is the time. Strike while the iron is hot. Don't let good matches go past their window, because then it's really hard to get that back. You don't know when you're going to get that back. I'll say this much. Before some of their recent performances, people would campaign, like, put them on Summer Madness. Now I'm sure you're probably like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to advocate for the ladies, but I'm sure the Summer Madness campaign for them was stronger months prior than it is now. That's all I'm going to say. So, Casey and Vixen, man, let's strike while the iron's hot. Last question before I close out. Who has the better caffeine resume? Vixen or Casey? And we'll close it there. Casey, Vixen, Casey. Okay. Vixen. Look at that. It's already a little split. It's already half and half so far. Let's keep it going. Vixen. That's 3 for Vixen, 3 for Casey. Yo, Titus, where you at? Keep track of this. Do the tally mark thing. Vixen, Torquichi Swamp, so that's Casey. Okay. Vixen, Casey. I don't know. Can't call it. Need to see it. That's fair. I'll put it on paper for you, Riot. We can discuss it later on the timeline. Def was playing Ghost of Tsunami and listening. I'm not tracking. Terrible. Yasser's got to do one thing. I'm playing. Titus is a very good staff member here. He's very, very good at what he does. The ship doesn't move the same without Titus, so could have used him to tally this for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm playing. Casey in a tournament though. Feel me, says B more. Did y'all say C3 beat Vixen? 1 star? Yeah, everybody in the chat except Hardcore Flavor said the C3 beat Vixen. Somebody else said it was debatable as well, but the consensus within this show has C3 being victorious. Update guy says we need pre-show meetings. We used to do pre-show meetings. It's gotten a little out of hand. We haven't done one in a while. We should get back to those. 1 star says y'all are bugging. We back bugging? What Holmesy said? Like a bunch of orangutans, we back bugging? Oh my god. C31, Gaby was a moment though. Gaby was hilarious. Alright, man. I'm gonna close it down. But I'll leave it at this. The Casey J and Vixen resume comparison is very similar. It's very there's some dialogue there to be had. And I want that battle expeditiously. Like, I'm ready for Casey and Vixen. That's where I'm at with it, man. Greedy Guy says, thank you. Salute, LTBR. Salute, Greedy Gotti and EFM, man. I can't wait for another Twitter space. It's going to be fun. We're definitely taking the show to Twitter space real soon. Of course, you know, Twitter space is real fun. Update guy says, what's y'all grade on the Cowboys record? We cutting off the stream, man. The stream is over. The stream is done. We're not talking about the Cowboys. No Cowboy slander allowed. This is crazy. Insane, bro. Alright, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Peace, love, positivity, prosper. Tell your loved ones you love them. If you have a friend like Titus in your life, choose peace and not contact them. Alright? Choose peace and leave them alone, because all they're going to do is just aggravate you. I got you, Lil Brown. I got you. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day.